In short, though perhaps in a very crude fashion, we have opposed two extreme cases for educational purposes, so that we can better grasp the topic at hand. The society based on contractual ties is ultimately the one that has fostered Western civilization. Of course, there have been enormous disparities between different historical periods. There have also been many obstacles, and corruption from the world of hegemonic ties has constantly threatened Western civilization in numerous circumstances and to a very high degree, and it does so even today. However, any true liberty that remains in the West depends on contracts, on freedom, understood as the absence of coercion, on the attempt to ensure states are governed by the rule of law, though it is impossible. And what are we contrasting with this? Well, societies of the ancient world, ancient empires from the cradle of history, Mesopotamia, Egypt. Do you think the pyramids would have been built in a society based on contractual ties? Not even Athens, the apparent birthplace of liberty in the Western world, was without scoundrels. For example, Pericles. With great effort, all of the cities together created a joint fund for defense against the Persians. Well, in the end, the Persians did not attack, and the fund was unnecessary. And do you think that Politico, like all those of today, returned the money to the cities that had contributed to the fund? He kept it. For what? To build the Parthenon. Imagine that. But he put up a cast gold statue to honor those who had contributed. Any magnificent ancient monument, you see, whether it be the Parthenon, or what's left of it, or the ruins of an Egyptian pyramid, is always a manifestation of violence, of the hegemony of the one in charge. And you can be sure it was built with the blood, sweat and tears of slaves. So, such monuments should not be a source of pride for humanity, but the opposite. We should visit them as we visit the concentration camps of Auschwitz, with a heavy heart and with thoughts of the terrible suffering and the many deaths and sacrifices that went into those buildings. But history is written by the victors. If you look into textbooks, you see that the poor students who receive a state-monopolized education are brainwashed, and so everyone is very happy to see the Egyptian pyramids. On top of that, people think, the Egyptians were sure clever, the pharaohs were remarkable, Napoleon was a great man. The Nazi dictatorship, Marxist dictatorships, social democratic dictatorships, they all embody hegemonic ties. And what about the society we live in? What about the society in which we function? Well, it's neither a society based purely on contractual ties, nor is it a Nazi dictatorship. The actual cases we can observe fall somewhere in the middle, though they differ in degree. They are closer to one extreme than the other, and our particular tendencies depend on historical circumstances. Nevertheless, the analysis we have considered today is very illustrative, and can help us to better interpret what goes on around us, especially the way the world around us is evolving at this point in the 21st century.